Welcome back to KNF Design. If you're new here, my name is Katie. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, as well as that like button so we can keep crafting together. Today I'm going to show you how to make these fun animals with different accessories and glasses. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. You can do iron-on vinyl, you can use infusible inks, so it's Cricut friendly. You can do, these are Glowforge that are engraved in, or you can mix and match. Some of them also have a combo of Glowforge and Cricut together. So really just whatever materials and machinery you have. You can make shirts out of them as well. You don't have to use the wood, but there's a lot of different things that I will show you how to do. The wood pieces I got are actually from Dollar Tree. It's a pack of 6, so I even have one left I hadn't used yet. And then you could use these little shadow boxes from Michael's. They are just a smidge big to fit inside, so you just have to cut them down if you want to put them inside. It's kind of hard to get a Glowforge engraved inside here because of the lip, and as well as an iron for like iron-on or infusible ink. So you could do some just regular permanent vinyl, but any other method you might want like a piece of wood to put inside. But you could use those and have them stand on their own. These I just have them propped up behind something. The stands are nice, but instead of this stand, I would actually almost recommend that little easel stand. All of mine are down in my basement right now, and I didn't feel like getting those out. But that's also another way to prop these up. So as you can see, there's lots of different variations depending on what variation you want. Depends on what materials you need. But I'll give you a few ideas now, so let's get crafting. For our everyday iron-on, you need to put the shiny side down. It's also nice to go in with a brayer and just make sure that's down well. And you also want to mirror your image. It should tell you that on your machine to mirror and put the shiny side down. I'm doing everyday iron-on as my setting, and I like to do more pressure. Next, I'm going to use my Infusible ink markers. They are the 0.4. And with these, you need to use some laser paper. So this is the brand that I'm using and what it looks like. And I've already set it on my mat here. And then I like to keep the cap of my pen attached, and I already tested to make sure that it works, the marker. And then arrow down, push up and down. Alright, and then we will mirror image. This one doesn't really matter since it's just animals. But especially if you're doing any type of words you want to mirror it. And I changed my setting to drawing, and we'll just do infusible ink. Now I can go in directly with the other markers and start coloring them if you want, or you could do them just like this. I just took scissors to cut out my guys just to make them a little bit easier. I'm going to go in and color in these little lines, some black, and I'll add some extra color to like his flowers up here. I could have done what's known as a hatch job, and then Cricut would have colored in all of that, but I actually don't mind coloring, so I'm going to do that. And I'm on the iron-on vinyl here, HTV. I like it because it's easy to read, and it just pulls off really nice. It's really good for small detail things like that as well. And you can go fast. So I'm just gonna peel off all this extra and get all this ready to go, and then just start coloring in our guys here. So here's all of our pieces ready to be assembled. I did these again with the Infusible pens. I could have done it with the hatch technique and had it color in all of my outlines of my guys and just the black ink, but I liked adding the color. I think that'll be fun. I could have also done Infusible ink, the transfer sheets, so it's like a vinyl versus the markers. Again, I wanted the extra colors. I could have also done just heat transfer vinyls for these guys as well, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to see it engraved into the wood, and then I will put like the heat transfer vinyl on top of him, so that way I'll have a little bit more contrast there. So I will layer that Infusible ink with the heat transfer vinyl, and it'll still make the accent pieces stick out a little bit, and I will just heat all of that onto my piece of wood. This is just a 6-pack that I got from Dollar Tree. They're 4.5 by 4.5, so that's what I've been using. They are actually just a smidge big to fit inside of these squares that I got from Michael's. I was keeping my... So they're just a smidge big to fit directly inside these boxes from Michael's. I did try to cut them down. This inside I measured 4.33 inches. So I thought, oh, I will cut my wood down to 4.2. And it's a little big. I think I should have done 4.3. So if that's something you want to do, maybe try 4.3. And then Michael's also has this size that you could use. If you want to do the giraffe, I recommend this size. You can size him down, but just the way he's positioned, it kind of fits better in that one. And then my other animals here, I engraved them into my Glowforge. And there's 2 different techniques you can do. So the cat here, I did a setting, and it took a little bit of time to engrave. So then on the next set, I did a less lines per inch, and it saved about 5 minutes on my time. And you can kind of see that they're definitely darker and a little bit lighter. I think it's a little bit more noticeable from one cat to the other. Even the dog was the more lines and the cat's less lines. So just something to think about which way you like better. So I did a couple different. So we have a dog and a unicorn. We have a cat, and I did the leaves and flowers on top, and then a plain one. We did the bunny with the pig, and then I have the elephant and the hedgehog. And then with my giraffe and ostrich, I will be putting one on one side and one on the other. Just make sure when you put it into like Design Space or whatever format you do, that they are sized appropriately. Mine always seem to get changed, so I had to resize everything to make sure they fit. And I sized him down, otherwise he would have been too long for the square. But I did size like him up a little bit and things like that in Design Space. Before I show you heating all those on, I just want to show you, it's a lot of fun to mix and match. You can give some, this was also cut on the Glowforge, and I was trying to decide which flowers I like better. And I'm kind of liking the actual layered one. So I just did an offset and then engraved with flowers and cut the offset. And then we can do the iron on it, and then it'd be something like that. We can mix up the different glasses and make them look different. Even like the dog, I think he would be fun. Maybe kind of a old man dog. But then if you wanted, you could give him some of these sassy glasses. And let's do some flowers. And it just completely changes the look of it. So it's fun to mix and match them. So if you are really happy and like, that's what I want, I'm not going to change it, you could glue it on just like that. But if you're not sure, maybe I want to mix it up each day, I'm going to use some of these glue dots. And I can just stick one on the back. So it's nice and clear. And then I'll just stick it on the nose. And then let's give him that one. And then when you lift it, it doesn't fall off. You can't see it on him. And decide, nope, I don't want him to have it. I want this guy to have him. And so now they're stuck on him and they don't fall off. So you can do that to all the different pieces. And then you could even have one of these, stick that on there. I also put the glue dot on the green ones, and then they don't fall off. And that can be hanging on the wall, and it's almost like whatever animal hat you want has a set of their accessories, and you just pick off an accessory for that day and place it on your animal, and then the next day you switch it out with the other accessory. So it could be a little accessory box for them, which would be fun. Now, if you're doing the Infusible ink or the heat transfer, obviously those cannot come off. But if you can do these acrylic pieces, then you can. I also have some wood versions, so I might do, so these have a little bit of extra point to them. So if I did wanted that on there, they kind of compete for each other. You could make it work, but so maybe do an Infusible ink, so that way you can put the glue dot on the back of those, and then it'll stick on top. And this will lay flat once it's heated on. And so then you have a bunny and it's overlapping a little bit, and it can because it'll be flat on there once we heat it on. So you can really mix and match and do different things with this, which is fun. I have a lot of different designs and other animals as well in my file that you can do. And then also with the wood, just especially this one, be careful, it's really thin. If you do the acrylic, it's a thicker material, so it kind of works. But the wood, since it's so thin, that one's a little bit more flimsy. But you could also, if you only have access to the wood, you could paint it. I might paint it a different color. Maybe one side I'll paint, and then the other side I'll leave wood. And so then you can pick which side you want showing. Maybe I want the plain wood today and pink ones the next day. So a lot of different possibilities with that. And then just make sure if your animal has his head's tilted, you just tilt your glasses to fit. So let's get heating some of these on, and I'll finish putting glue dots on the rest of our stuff and do some mix and matching. I also gave a glue dot to the different accessories, so these guys are all on there well with glue dots. And if you keep taking them on and off a lot, eventually that glue dot will wear down and you just replace it with another glue dot. Alright, I have my heat press here, and I have just taped, this is heat resistant tape, my ostrich to my piece of wood, and it is set to 400 degrees, and I'm going to do 20 seconds. And then this is a Teflon sheet to help so the ink doesn't go onto my press. My wood is now just nicely warm to the touch. I like how that turned out. So then I will do my giraffe on the other side, but I'll let it cool down just a little bit. So it looks really good on the wood. You can't even feel that it's on there because the wood is porous, it just soaks right into it. And then I just put my giraffe with my tape on it. I'm going to put a Teflon sheet on the bottom here. Just because I don't want him to transfer again to my heat source there. So I will put the Teflon sheet, and we'll put our guy. Right, I turned down my heat setting to 300 and applied my glitter and red heat transfer vinyl. Again, I'm going to do the Teflon sheet on the bottom, the ostrich that is, that he doesn't get on there. And then I'll lay my protective layer on top. And this time, we will do it for 40 seconds. So here are all of our animals, and we'll add some accessories to them. one I did resize, so the glasses might be a little different. So as you can see, you can really mix them up. You can do wood, you can do HTV iron-on, you can do glitter, you can do acrylic or like chunks for the wood. Really just mix them up, make them however you want, and do a mix of different types of mediums as well. Lots of options. You'll have to let me know which one is your favorite, and you can get my link for all of these guys on my Etsy shop or in my website as well. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and come back to see what project we have next week. Happy crafting!